Okay, so we've been through the customer service, the political, and now we're moving to the business side of social media. And for this, I'm going to ask Mr. Ralph Nieves to join me. He is the Vice President and Business Development person at his company, IQ.TV. And one more thing before he starts, if you don't mind, I'm going to again remind you all, we have 3 days of this event and this set of shows. We have 8 more after this. They go through Thursday, midday. We have free Wi-Fi in the park, courtesy of Bel Air Networks and Comcast. We're live at live.thecableshow.com, courtesy of Cisco. And you can join this conversation on Twitter at #CablePark. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ralph Nieves. Tell us a little bit about your company, how it's fitting into this segment.
Sure. IQ.TV basically occupies a unique space in the interactive television world. Specifically, we decided to occupy the fulfillment space, the space where you can go ahead now and get Jennifer Aniston's sweater. You go ahead and use your existing set-top box along with your remote, and you can go ahead and interact with your television, and those purchases will be delivered to your door. So our set-top box platform, our platform communicates with the set-top box and the web, and we are able to tie in with multiple fulfillment partners like Amazon and so forth to be able to deliver those goods.
When we talked back behind stage before you came up, you mentioned something about T-commerce. Can you flesh that out a little bit?
Sure. That's the core of our company. We founded it on that premise. In addition to that, we have traditional RFI voting and polling applications as well. And what we're really excited about is our electronic fulfillment capabilities that specifically address click-to-call, click-to-text, which is the opportunity that we're going to show here, and then, of course, T-commerce. T-commerce has been kind of the grail that folks have been shooting for decades. How can we do this? How can we go ahead and interact with our television sets in that manner? We believe that we've found the solution. We actually had a T-commerce test back in February of 2010 with an MSO based out of Toledo, Ohio, Buckeye Cable, a very progressive company that
Indeed.
likes to try new things. And for a period of time, we did a technology play that focused specifically on T-commerce, purchasing DVDs, and we had partners like Travel Channel that were part of that as well. And the participants were able to interact with their televisions and have DVDs delivered to their door. And we were excited on February the 10th of 2010. We, in a non-HSN QVC environment, HSN specifically, our participants, actually the first participant went from end to end using that service and was able to then receive that product in the mail in a few days.
Great. Is this perhaps the time to
we can talk about the Groupon opportunity. And we'll talk a little bit about the genesis of how we developed this relationship. Click-to-text, as we all know, we can't talk about click-to-text, we can't speak to click-to-call without speaking about RFIs. As we all know, the
RFIs are
requests for information,
right,
which are being deployed and tested in the market. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And the way you have to look at how it is being conducted today. And the way it's being conducted today is you're seeing a television commercial and it'll ask you a question. Where I live, the question or the opportunity, the interactive offering was a $5 off for a shampoo. So when the commercial came up, I hit OK. And then I looked over at my wife and I said, please keep an eye out for this coupon that should be coming in the mail. And around 2 weeks later, we received that coupon. And that's how it's being done today. And the business opportunity there is that there's a lot of money being spent on the collateral piece. There's the mail that has to go out. So from a manufacturer advertiser standpoint, there's a hard cost to do it that way. However, I totally agree that we have to do it that way. I mean, that's the beginning of the genesis of being able to do interactive television. We've taken it a step further with our electronic fulfillment capabilities. So now while you're watching the same opportunity or the same offer, you can go ahead and click, and using our click-to-text application, you will enter your cellular number, and a digital asset will be delivered to that individual smartphone. And from there, it could be a coupon, it could be a PDF. Today's example is going to be a link where the viewer, the participant, the volunteer, who's out in the audience, who I haven't met, would be able to hit that link and it would take them to the Groupon site. The relationship with Groupon is a very unique one. We had several advertisers that wanted to participate with us on this, but they were the most aggressive and, quite frankly, the most progressive in wanting to try and do a demo like this to see how they can take their web business and move that business onto television, and how would that experience work. So we were able to work with them pretty extensively in doing that. They've been a great partner to be involved with.
Right.
So we can go to the demo if you'd like to jump into the demo. What we want to do here is we're going to do a live demo through a head end, which we are working here and locally with our friends over at S&T, and they've been gracious enough to allow us to use their head end facility. And what you're seeing right now playing out is the Groupon experience. So let me walk through what the ad is. Basically, what you're seeing is their 30-second spot, their commercial that they run, that they pay for. Now, what we've done is we've taken that brand commercial, if you will, and now we've encoded it with an interactive offering. So what we'd like to do then is when that comes up, the viewer, the cable viewer, would be able to put in their phone number and receive that message back to their smart device. So rather than talk about it, we wanted to do a live demonstration here and be able to show everybody how that would work. So with that in mind, I have two of my colleagues who are assisting, Patrick Hugo, our VP of Development, and Ryan Thornton, our Director of Operations. And Ryan has identified a volunteer. And your name is? Can you stand?
Speak loud so we can hear you.
Yeah. Rachel.
Rachel. Thank you.
And Rachel, you and I have never met before, have we? Okay.
Truth in advertising.
Right. So what we want to do is, what Rachel's going to do is she's going to use her phone to interact with a commercial at this time. So as you can see, the Groupon commercial will come up. There's no sound, so.
Just type in your cell phone number, and then when you're done typing the cell phone number, press OK.
And when the offer comes up, and we've extended it out a little bit intentionally to slow down the process so we don't move that quickly. Now, what we'd like you to do, Rachel, is we'd like you to put in your cell phone, and for the purposes of protecting her cell phone and through the web, we're gonna move away of that until the cell phone number is in. Okay, and hit OK. And now we can come back. And now we can come back to it. So as you can see, it thanks her. You will be contacted shortly for additional information. So on the business side, the opportunity there is to lift on the advertising. In addition to that, the opportunity then is that many of the advertisers we deal with are also paying a commission, basically, a performance-based model. So whether it be $5, whether it be $4, whether it be whatever that number is, that's a number that the MSO can pick up on an incremental opportunity. And as I travel the country talking to different MSOs, they're always asking the same questions. How can we make money with this? And this is the opportunity for them to make money.
Tell me what the trends are for 2016, 2020, 2025.
Yeah, we're excited because T-commerce as well as electronic fulfillment are on many MSOs, cable operators' roadmaps.
Great.
And so commerce has always been the last thing we were going to do.
Right.
They were going to do. And now those roadmaps are starting to come forward.
And good business models,
And
right?
good business models. And I think the challenge for all the cable operators is how is this model going to look like?
Right.
What is it going to look like?
Right.
And so I think they're still flushing that out. We've done a lot of research in that area. We make certain suggestions. They have their suggestions. And so therefore, there's a real collaborative effort in trying to identify how that's going to work.
Okay, great.
Right?
You had an opportunity to be at this cable show and to do this demonstration. Now, I know we had some bars issues and this and that,
Right.
but were you skeptical? Were you excited? What were you feeling when you first?
When I saw the TV, I said, "Oh, this is cool," because when I watch TV, usually the commercials tend to, be towards my market. So when I put my number in there, I didn't know if I put the number in right, but it came through, and I was like, "Okay, that's cool." And then all of a sudden, I've got a coupon in my hands, which don't have to go to my laptop or anything like that. So it was actually pretty. I was excited, and I wouldn't say I was skeptical, but I thought it'd be pretty cool, and it is.